A python is a kind of snake, but it's not just any snake. It's a really big and special one. Pythons can be super long, much longer than you or me. They have smooth and shiny scales all over their bodies, which have different colors and patterns that make them look very interesting. But these scales also help protect them, like armor that covers soldiers or law enforcement officers. Pythons are also known for their sharp teeth and strong jaws that they use to catch and swallow their food whole. You can find pythons in many different places around the world. They like to live in warm places like tropical rainforests, savannas, and even deserts. Some pythons are excellent swimmers and can be found near water, while others prefer to stay in trees. They often live in places with lots of hiding spots, like tall grass or hollow logs, where they can ambush their prey. Pythons are usually solitary animals, which means they like to live alone. But sometimes you might find a group of pythons together, especially during breeding season. When it comes to taking care of their babies, pythons do something called brooding. They lay eggs and then coil their bodies around them to keep them warm and safe until they hatch. It's like being wrapped in a cozy blanket. This helps the baby pythons, called hatchlings, stay protected and grow strong until they're ready to go out on their own. What do they eat? Pythons are carnivores, which means they eat meat. They have a varied diet and can gobble up animals like rodents, rats and mice, lizards, birds, and sometimes even bigger animals like deer or pigs. Now here's the cool part. Pythons are expert hunters. They use a technique called constriction to catch their prey. When a python spots its dinner, it slowly and silently approaches, being very sneaky. Then, it strikes out quickly, using its sharp teeth to grab onto the animal. Once the python has a good hold, it coils its body around the prey, squeezing it tightly. By squeezing, or constricting, the python makes it hard for the prey to breathe and eventually chokes to death. This is how the python captures its dinner. The python then opens its hinged jaws to swallow the animal whole. Other interesting facts. One of the most amazing things about pythons is their ability to swallow their prey whole. When they catch an animal to eat, like a rat or a bird, their jaws can stretch wide open because they have extra bones called intramandibular joints. These unique joints let them eat animals much larger than the python's head. Another super cool fact about pythons is that they have heat-sensing pits near their mouths. These pits help them locate warm-blooded animals, even in the dark. Scientists call these special sensors labial pits. It's like having thermal vision goggles, but for snakes. This heat-sensing ability makes pythons expert hunters, especially when looking for a tasty meal. Pythons are also known for those beautiful scales of theirs. You can determine the type of python based on its unique colors and patterns. These scales are made of keratin, just like our hair and fingernails. Scales are not just for looks. They protect the python and help it move smoothly through its environment. Why are pythons important to the environment? Pythons are essential to the environment, especially in tropical forests and grasslands. They help control the populations of small animals like rodents and birds. By hunting these animals, pythons help maintain balance in the ecosystem. If there are too many rodents, they would eat too many plants, which would affect the whole environment. So, in a way, pythons help keep everything in check, like nature's pest control team. However, some types of pythons are facing challenges. In certain places where they're not native, pythons can become an invasive species. This means they might start eating too many animals or birds that are important to the local ecosystem. In some places like Florida, where Burmese pythons have become invasive, they have caused problems for native animals. But it's important to remember that not all pythons are endangered. Some species are doing well, while others need protection. Scientists are working hard to study and protect these fascinating snakes and the environments they call home. We just learned a bunch of phenomenal python facts. Let's see what you remember. Number 1. Choose the word the author would say best describes the python. A. Venomous. B. Herbivores. C. Harmless. D. Huge. Or E. Social. D. Huge. Number 2. How do scales help pythons? Where did you find that information? Number 3. True or false? Pythons only eat plants. False. Great job, everybody. Remember,